And as Republicans struggle to choose their House leadership, Democrats have theirs in place. Joining us now, incoming House Minority Whip, Democratic Congresswoman Katherine Clark of Massachusetts. It's good to have you on the show. I guess my question to you would be dealing with the party in power, which appears to be a chaotic party. What do you hope? What do you think is possible in terms of getting something accomplished?
Yeah, we certainly are seeing chaos today in Congress, and this is an extension of the extremism that we have seen from the GOP. When you have Marjorie Taylor Greene as your spokesperson, you know you're in for a rocky ride. And the Democrats are united. We are here to keep putting people over politics, to continue the work from the last session of finding solutions for people. But we are watching this unfold with you and the American people, and we don't know how this is going to end. But I do know that Kevin McCarthy has thrown away his moral compass. He will do anything to get that gavel in his hands. And when you're willing to do that, you are no longer a leader. And it is exactly why he finds himself in this situation.
Congresswoman Clark, it's Jen Psaki. Hi, how are you? I wanted to ask you, there's been so much focus on Kevin McCarthy. Will he, won't he, the chaos. I want to hear about your leadership style and how you and the Democrats plan to approach being in the minority over the next 2 years.
Well, I can tell you that we are excited. We have fantastic new members who are coming in. Our first Gen C, the most women ever elected to Congress, historically diverse members of the Democratic caucus. And we want to continue the work that we have done, lowering costs, creating great paying jobs, making safer communities. And that's exactly where our focus is going to be. We know how to govern. We know how to find solutions for the American people. And that's the work we're going to do. And in my new role, it's the same reason that I ran for Congress. Let's bring the voices of women and families to the leadership table, keep the American family as our priority and focus, and get work done on their behalf.
Congresswoman Clark, good morning. Jonathan Lemire. We just have been detailing most of the morning the chaos on the Republican side, but I know there needs to be some agreements where you guys can find common ground, some efforts to reach bipartisan solutions, particularly on things like funding the government and the debt ceiling, two looming fights later this year. What will be your approach to work across the aisle, even amid the chaos, to get those necessities done?
You know, I think you can look at the work we did in the 117th Congress as our roadmap. We were able to get bipartisan support for infrastructure, for gun reform, the first gun reform we've been able to do in 30 years, the CHIPS and Science bill that is bringing manufacturing back to our shores. We are going to continue to be there because our priorities are finding solutions that work, that help our economy become more just and accessible to everyone. If Republicans are interested in that, we are there to work with them. If they are going to default to their extremism and their chaos, we are going to stand up to them. I mean, look no farther than the bills they have proposed, going back to trying to further narrow reproductive justice and freedom in this country. We are not turning our backs on women. We are not going to allow them to make women second-class citizens. But if they're willing to come to the table and be honest brokers, we're going to meet them there.
Incoming House Minority Whip, Congresswoman Katherine Clark, thank you very much for being on the show this morning.